This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
Welcome aboard on the J-Hawks Sports Network, Heartland Technology. I'm Nate Clayberg, Luke Baldwin. The voice you'll hear next from the upper patio, live inside the South Gym here in Jesup, and I keep getting these fog alerts, so it must be a little pea soupy out there.
A little froggy.
Yeah, it might be a little interesting drive home for East Marshall as they come in tonight. Girls game, they go down to the loss to Coach Conrad's squad, 63-15. Boys coming in from East Marshall, the Mustangs, 4-11 overall, 1-4 in the Nickel West. Jesup 8-5 as they are 3-1 in the Nickel East. And as I look to my right, we see the Nickel East standings, and Jesup's in the top spot on both sides right now.
Yeah, and we did get that last one over Union that kind of catapulted us into that top spot. They're, of course, have 4 wins, but they have lost us, and that 4th win they have was just because they didn't have rescheduled.
So we will see what happens here as we'll fill in some of the rest of those games here. Only 4 in. We've got already done the 2 with Union already. Still have Sumner Fred, Owine tomorrow, Wapsie Valley. Hit those twice here in the next week, actually 2 weeks, as we are set to tip things off very shortly. Jesup's leading scorer, Jack Miller. He's the school's leading points scorer, now averaging 26.8 per game. East Marshall coming in with Leland Hamilton Youngberg. He's 12.5 points per game. He's a 35% field goal shooter for the East Marshall Mustangs. Here's Dan Fox, their starting lineups.
A senior, number 11, Alex Jacobson. A senior, number 21, Landon Newrod. A senior, number 23, Carter Lavender. A sophomore, number 25, Brian Henry. And a junior, number 55, Leland Hamilton Youngberg. The Mustangs are coached by Chris Hungerford. And now, for our J-Hawks, a senior, number 0, Jack Miller. A senior, number 4, Taylor Jesup. A junior, number 5, Nick Moore. And a junior, number 10, Ryan Perretto. And a junior, number 11, Lyndon Vogel. The Jayhawks are coached by Joe Smythe.
All right, we are set for basketball. Luke, quick on the starting lineups again.
For East Marshall Mustangs, we've got a senior guard, number 11, Alex Jacobson. Number 21 is a senior forward, Landon Neuroth. 23 is a senior guard, Carter Lavender. 35, a senior guard, Cale Hungerford. And number 55, a junior forward, Leland Hamilton Youngberg. For your Jesup J-Hawks, 0, a senior guard, Jack Miller. Number 4, senior guard, Cale Shizzle. Number 5, a junior forward, Nick Moore. Number 10, a junior guard, Ryan Treptow. And number 11, junior forward, Landon Vogel.
And we are underway. Jesup gives up that tip-off, and East Marshall will come right after it. And Coach Smythe did say when we talked to him at halftime of the girls' game, they love to run up and down that floor. So they'll give the Jayhawks a little run for their money when it comes to that fast offense. Missed shot there, but good recovery from the Jayhawks, and Nick Moore lights things up right away for Jesup.
Didn't take long. I love to hear you say that, Nate. I love teams that run, and Jesup loves to run too, so this should be a fast-paced affair. I do want to echo for the Mustang fans out there, I don't know this person, MJ DeMars on our YouTube feed says, shout out to Leland Hamilton Youngberg. So MJ must know.
He just takes a big shot from 3 there. So misses that one. Jesup goes back on offense here under 7 minutes.
Leland again, the junior forward for the Mustangs, as Treptow with the 2 points in the lane.
And Coach Smines, we talked again at halftime that last game. When you look at this team, and they were really trying to figure out who they were, through the first month, if not 2 months of the season. And they've come together right now. They figure out roles, they figure out where they need to be, and play a little more together. Yeah,
they have, and they're coming off a loss at AP, which frankly, that was a game that Jesup could have had. I think they led much of the game and ended up kind of losing control there in the fourth quarter. But yeah, they're a team that is Kale Shizzle for the 3. They're a team that's looking much better at this point in the season than they were, a month or so back.
And this is when you want to look good and be good right now.
Yep, that's
compared
right.
to that first part of the season. Chris Hungerford wants the timeout. He's assisted by Justin Frost and Greg Lee for East Marshall. Head coach at Jesup, Joe Smines, assisted by Nick Donnelly, as well as Steve Schmidt, Ronnie Selesky, and Michael Johnson, along with Brock Sabers on that staff as well. Kelly Bergman, Avery Youngblood, helping to manage some things down there from the student support end of things. Joe wouldn't know the direction he was going in if it wasn't for his managers.
No, most coaches wouldn't, if we're being honest. So the Mustangs bring the ball back up the court. See if they can get their first points on the board.
Newroth trying to get by Jack Miller. Little block up there. Another 3 from that forward, Hamilton Youngbird. And Jesup looks like they enjoy playing this quick game. Vogel off that board, rim no good.
It was a nice idea by Vogel. He tried to get it off the board, and I like that. So many people these days just want to kind of swoosh it in, which is great if you can hit it. But man, your odds increase so much if you use that glass.
Hamilton Youngbird with a nice play, and Shizzle keeps it moving. Five minutes, Jesup trying to break it loose. There goes Jack Miller. Brings it up and draws the foul as he brings it through the hoop.
Takes it up strong. I think anytime Jack gets on a breakaway like that these days, everybody's kind of holding their breath waiting for the dunk, and nice job by the defense there. Although if you're going to commit that foul, you want to do your best to ensure that they don't the Jack or whoever's on the run doesn't make the points, and he did do that.
Jesup as a team, they are 66% free throw shooters. And Miller, 4 points total now for him as that ball goes in on a travel. Wave that off. And Jack will slow things down as we're not looking at a lot of pressure defensively from East Marshall as they're in that zone press. Shizzle eyeing a third one.
Got it. Starting out hot.
9 total points for Cale Shizzle, senior. One of the seniors on this team. 1 of 2 starting. Almost around with a right-handed floater.
We
in for Hungerford.
We've seen different players have nights or have big nights on different nights. Shizzle attempts his fourth, got it. So I would say this is pretty clearly a big night for Shizzle, at least in the first half of this first period.
12 points, all 3-pointers. And there's Hamilton Youngbird. Nice shot there. 20-4. Wow. Cale Shizzle really lit this thing up. Treptow. If he's hot, he's hot. Nick Moore's got a 3-point under his belt. Oh, he thought about it. Treptow back of the rim. There's a rebound to Vogel.
His teammates
Shizzle comes right side.
Yeah, his teammates doing a nice job of getting him the ball too. Oh,
I think Treptow thought he'd just shoot it. Moore going to come baseline. Now Shizzle reaches for that pass. Tripto, no look over to Vogel. He wants a three. Rim no good. Tripto again in the paint. One bounce, leans left.
Wow.
Goes through.
That was a Stretch Armstrong move there. That was pretty, man.
Ball's loose. Tripto trying to chase that down. Thanks everybody following us on the J-Hawks Sports Network tonight.
Nice move by Hamilton Youngbird. You know, Hamilton Youngberg, he's a big boy. He's pretty shifty. He moves quick on his feet. Calling for the ball down there in the far corner.
Yeah, he's got good ball control. Finds an opening.
Got it.
Takes advantage of it. Taking 4 points, trying to make it a 3-point effort. 2:09.
More out.
First quarter. Madden Sly coming into the game.
Yep. And for the Mustangs, looks like we've got Jackson Bidwell, a sophomore, 5'10" sophomore guard, into the game, as well as Cody Weaver, a 5'10" sophomore guard.
Hamilton Youngberg take him to 5, actually to 7 totals where he's sitting, leading the Mustangs. Total of 9. Miller looks at a 3, in and out, no good. Treptow out to Shizzle. Doesn't make it 5 in a row, but nice follow-up from Miller.
Kangaroo, man.
8 points for Jack right now. 26-9. Corner shot. That one not good for Newroth.
This is a track meet. Jack Miller deep 3, nothing but net.
Yeah. Jack thought that last one he was just a little close. He needed to move out a little bit. Take it to 11.
You know, if I'm Coach Chris Hungerford, now I know his team likes to run, but this pace of play does not is not helping his team right now.
And it becomes a 3-point exhibition as, you know, you get down that far, you start throwing those up, just think you can try and narrow that margin a little bit more.
If I'm the Mustangs, I'm looking for a way to slow this pace of play a bit, even though that might be my style. You still have to make adjustments depending on the game you're in.
Shizzle, 12 points total, all 3-pointers. Jack Miller with 10. Treptow, a little fade away, off the rim, no good. Sly, Shizzle, Miller, all seniors on that floor. Treptow will pull that down, and there's a foul. Tyler Nolan and Ethan Crow, the other seniors on this team.
For the Mustangs, Zach Denham, a junior forward, stepping onto the court.
Now Sly, he tries to get it, stay with it. Whistle underneath, we're going to see a jump ball. And that will go back to the Mustangs. 34 seconds remaining. No look from Vogel to Treptow.
Treptow, 3-ball, got it.
He's at 7, so you got 3 of the starting 5 with 3-pointers.
The Mustangs trying to do everything they can to get some offense going here, but just not having, as we see Shizzle at 2 to his total, bringing him to 14. 14 points for Shizzle after period 1.
Quick first quarter, 34-9, and only a total of 3 team fouls. Leading scorer again, Shizzle. He had 3 or 4 3-pointers, and Shot inside, taking a 14 total. Good to see where this thing ends up.
Pretty efficient ball for the Jayhawks so far, and as I said before, you know, the Mustangs trying to do anything to generate some offense here, inside, outside. About the only person that's had any success is Leland Hamilton Youngberg, and even that's been minimal. But again, I just think they probably need to explore a route to slowing the pace of play here, giving them an opportunity to, you know, that's not necessarily going to equal more points for them, but it might equal less points for the Jayhawks.
See how deep they're. They got a few guys they can bring in. Some that were JV players if they need to. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, and he already rotated in 3 guys in the first period, so he's got some guys that can use, but they're just, you know, when Jesup's hitting from 3 range like that, it's
their JV team won by I think 6 or 8 points, something like that.
Okay. Was that in the old gym? North gym?
No, that was down here at 4 o'clock.
Oh.
So it was JV boys and then JV girls. Fresh soft boys were up in the North gym.
3 ball.
Jack Miller, signature deep.
He's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line and shoot 3. Man, did you see that bullet pass to Shizzle in the corner from Miller? And it was like a one-handed sidearm that was going 1,000 miles an hour. I just, the velocity on his passes and how effortlessly he can shoot from as deep as he does just kind of boggles my mind. Defies physics. Is that right? Does that make sense?
I'd love for you to whiteboard that out. You know, we're talking formulas.
I'll have that drawn
like
up
that
by tomorrow night.
All right. Well, see what ChatGPT can do for you.
It's good. It's basically going to be 2 dots and a line in between.
All right. See if you can get Ann Rigdon on that here.
There you go. Love Ann Rigdon.
13 points now for Jack Miller as we bring it to the other end of the floor. And spreading out the pass, shot goes up. As Weaver in the game now for East Marshall.
There we go as we see Landon Neurath get a bucket.
Really his first one of the game. And Jesup up 34-9 at the end of the first quarter.
Deep ball, somebody.
Now a takeaway and wait for it. And a little roll in. Jack Miller increases his total.
Yeah, the defense was total. That was a good decision by Jack. The defense was coming right there.
Shizzle on the rebound, protects that. Tripto looking around. He's going to find Vogel. He's going to take it on his own.
Nice.
Little hop in.
Nice job by Vogel.
What a heads-up play.
That was a strong move. Moved the defense without charging.
Starters have all scored. And I think the only bench play we've had has been Madden Sly that Coach Smines has brought in. Back-to-back scores for Miller. Back-to-back-to-back scores, I believe. As a travel.
Moore back into the game for Madden Sly. And we're going to see Leland Hamilton Youngberg back into the game for the Mustangs, as well as Caleb Grant.
Wide open, no pressure on the defense. Miller take his time across midcourt. Tripto, high passes.
Tripto 3, no good.
And Miller tries to chase that down, but Hamilton Youngberg with it. Junior coming in on the starters for this Mustang team. And nice takeaway by Moore. Tripto, look left, going to pivot back right.
Wow.
And Put on a little dribbling display, and Treptow capitalizes on it, take him to 9.
That was really pretty by Treptow. His reverse up near the half-court line to get out of that trap and then just take it right to the rack. That was cool. And nice job by Shizzle to intercept that pass. Nearly get it back in, but had to kind of think about his own self-preservation there as he was heading straight towards that gate over there.
High passes, hard, and they just are converting on those shooters. And Hamilton Youngberg, he's got some confidence where he wants to shoot. He's relatively calm and collective out there. He's got 10 total.
He's going to pull the trigger.
Nice coverage defensively by the Mustangs. They'll bring the white jerseys back. Paxton McCone in the game right now for Jesup. There's Jack Miller dunking it in.
I looked away and I missed the whole darn thing.
Take him to 19 total. Gets the crowd going a little bit.
Paxton McCone, as Nate said, has come into the game. Paxton's a 5'8" junior for the Jayhawks. Point guard of the JV team. Gets a fair amount of varsity minutes.
Little miss and dish off. Follow up from Jacobson as he gets a basket on the board. 47-16.
Jayhawks moving the ball as well as I've seen them move it all year.
Definitely agree on that. And it's that, we talked about this early on, Luke. It's, I think they've put the minutes in together that they really hadn't prior to this season. When you look at this group of guys that, between where they've played and different levels of ball, Jack's been playing varsity since he was a freshman.
Yeah.
And you're bringing Treptow and
took him a bit to gel.
Up from last year to play as a sophomore, and yeah, they put that time in, they put the hours in, and they know who to look for, where you're going to be, and just that sixth sense of the offense that they're running as Shizzle comes to sit down and gets a well-needed break.
Landon Vogel in for Shizzle, but yeah, and also, one other thing is these guys have put time in, but it's a very different makeup than it was last year, and I think they needed some time just to figure each other out and adjust to that, which they clearly have now. Now, the Mustangs, I don't mean to disrespect them. This is not the best defense the Jayhawks are going to see this year either, so you do have to take that into consideration.
Follow up by Newroth. Was there where he needed to be. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network. Marley Technology as Ryan Treptow builds on his total. Take him now into double numbers at 12 with that three-pointer.
And that all starts with Jack. He shoots so deep, he draws the defense to nearly the half-court line. Treptow's guy has to leave him. Treptow gets the ball and drains the three. And then the Mustangs come right back and drain a three of their own. Jack Miller with the three.
Jacobson had a three on the other end, and Miller follows up with that.
It's a three-point exhibition, Nate.
Yeah, because you're looking, that was back, was that the AGWSR game when Jack hit 40, the record? Yeah.
Oh, when he hit his,
when he broke it.
I guess it was one of the same.
Because we were trying to figure out, he was at 14:30. I forget what it was at. How much he beat it by? But it was like, can he get to 2,000 points? Well, is that possible?
Yeah, I don't even know. What is he at right now?
That's a good question. I bet Karma Schmidt's listening and she knows the answer.
If you can tell me that, I might be able to tell you if he can get to 2,000, but 2,000 is a lot of points.
Follow a basket in there. First basket for Roth.
For him to achieve 2,000, I think we would need some postseason games. Nice rebound by Paxton. Goes up and in. So Paxton's on the board.
Leland Hamilton Young Bird with the outside shot, but underneath they keep sticking with it, and that's 6 points. 6 points for Newroth. For Landon Newroth.
Strong move by Bannon Sly. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. No, they're going to say he was fouled on the ground. Okay.
So not a shooting foul. It'll just inbound, and here comes Ryan Treptow in for Paxton McCone.
So we've got Blake and Landon Newroth on the boys' side, and we've got Morgan and Olivia on the girls' side. That's a sophomore, a senior, a sophomore. Can't possibly be two sets of twins, can it? There's a senior boy, senior girl, and a sophomore boy and a sophomore girl.
Yeah, possible. I don't know. Peterson twins did over at Dyke New Hartford, I guess. So, missed shot.
So you're saying it is possible?
It is possible. And that would be biology. So you guys tonight are getting physics and biology. You guys can just clip out of any science classes you have going on.
Just when I think it can't be possible, Nate tells me
it is possible. So you're saying there's a chance. 54 seconds. We'll hear from Coach Conrad here at halftime. He's going to make his way up. We'll talk about girls basketball with Jesup. Vogel sees a little wide opening, lean in, 7-footer, no good.
Trying to use the board. I like it.
East Marshall doing some quick passes and extra step.
Hamilton Youngboard with the extra, as you said, the extra step in there. I'm just here to repeat what you say, Nate.
Like a parrot. I'm afraid to talk right now, otherwise you're just going to start repeating everything.
Jesup working the clock down here. There is a 30-second shot clock, by the way, which we got to be getting close to, and they may have forgot. We've got Dan the Man Fox on that. Chisel, no good. Tries to draw a foul. Ref says, no, not having it.
Yeah. And that'll be enough to end. They held back on the whistles. 55-25 is our halftime score. As we'll hear from Coach Conrad here shortly. Speaking of shot clock, if you didn't listen to the girls' game, we were just starting the second half, and we had a shot clock issue where the buzzer wouldn't shut off. So
it was very loud.
Very loud, and for a very long time. And the solution, just unplug them. You know, that's what we do any other time. They'll get it figured out. They just probably needed a night to rest, and they'll plug them back in tomorrow, and they'll be fine.
Yep.
That's what we have to do.
Hey, real quick, Nate, I did, thanks to Tim Thomas, Blake and Morgan Newroth, our brother and sister, and Landon and Olivia, our brother and sister. So thank you, Tim Thomas, for the clarification there.
So I wasn't right or
you
wrong.
No.
I was just following up.
I
on
was
biology.
the only one wrong because it is in fact possible.
All right. Well, handing the headset off to head coach Jordan Conrad as he steps in here, and Jesup girls getting the victory tonight by a score of 63-15. And coach, are you still hearing buzzers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I didn't know we had. That's the first time I think we've had really problems with the shot clock, I think. But yeah, that was a little disruptor.
Yeah, I guess let's talk about that. And if you just didn't hear me talk about that, we had shot clock issues where the buzzer wouldn't go off, so they ended up having to unplug him after I don't know how many minutes it was. But I guess as a coach in that circumstance, and the game really isn't in jeopardy or anything like that for what the margin was, but you still kind of got to, and you just came out of the locker room, but try and keep this, I guess what was going on down there, just to try and keep things in perspective of that we're still got a game to play.
Yeah, so I mean, it was kind of light down there with the officials, and I think East Marshall was even maybe doing some bottle flips on their side. I don't know. So,
occupying their time.
Yeah, occupy the minutes that we had there. But yeah, there was a conversation with that we had, right away, just making sure we're focused. They scored the first possession coming out of half, and and then we had the issue. So it's like, make sure we're locked in here and that sort of conversation. And then you think, all right, we're ready to go back out, and we sit here for another 3 minutes or whatever it is. It was going off for a long time, and the girls were wanting me to put my fingers in my ears and go back and forth. It sounds so cool, I'm like, I'm not 2. No. I'm not 2 or 4. I know what it's like when you do that. I know how sound works, and I know how my ears work. So I don't think I need to do that, but they were enjoying doing that. So.
Well, let's talk about this game. When you look at your leading scorers, all came off the bench. When you look at Weber and Emma Bose, it was a team effort across the board.
Yeah, everybody got involved tonight. It's always fun when everybody gets in the scorebook and everybody, we shared the basketball really well. Peyton Weber, I don't know how many she had tonight for sure, but she had to have a double.
15 unofficial is what I got.
Yeah, so 15, and I bet she had close to that many rebounds. She was really good for us tonight. I thought we did a really good job of finding open people. There was a couple of times they did try to trap coming across half court or on the first pass, and we did a good job. Amaya did a good job passing out of it. Olivia, Sage, a few different people did a really good job of passing out of the trap and then, finding the one more for a layup, and we did a really good job finishing those.
Yeah, and I guess to talk the importance too, and these young players, and we talked, during the JV game, when you look at some improvements you've seen through some of those JV players, and even the evolution of a lot of those underclassmen, how improved, how much I guess their basketball IQ maybe has gone up, but talk through the opportunity to get those younger girls in and get them some minutes on a varsity stage.
Yeah, it's always nice, especially when you're on this side of the score and can do those types of things. But it's really good because we have a lot of girls that put a lot of time into this program, and this varsity group, I can't say it enough. We wouldn't be where we're at without a lot of those girls on the bench. Marley, Shizzle, unfortunately, she rolls her ankle after being in for a minute or two in there, and doesn't look very good. But she does a ton for us in practice. ATB, does a ton for us in practice, making sure our guards, have pressure everywhere, get better at handling that. Emma Zabel was out tonight. We had a couple of girls sick, Carmen, but they both do an outstanding job for us in practice. And when they get minutes, it's just, in my first year when we only had 12, we were pretty solid through 12. But, we have 18 now, and it's a solid 18. When we scrimmage or whatever it is, there's been we've had a practice where we'll take the first 5, next 5, and next 5, and the first 5 is we'll play a game for 3 minutes, 3 different games for 3 minutes. We've had sessions where the first 5 have lost every game, to the next 2 groups. So that says a lot about how much effort and how deep we are in things, and how solid those younger kids are.
Well, just looking at the schedule, again, you got the win 63-15 tonight. Back at it again tomorrow as Olwine comes to town from a rescheduled game. Got an earlier tip of 5 o'clock, a little hour earlier compared to what you're used to. But I guess talk through coming out of the night, getting ready for tomorrow. You've already had Olwine, but it's been a little while since you saw them in December. Yeah,
it's been a long time, and I anticipate a much different, score there. We got them pretty good over at their place, but they've been playing a lot better basketball since then. They've played some really good teams close, and taking care of some other teams here of late. So, they got a girl averaging, 24 a game, I think, and we held them to 20 or 24 total last time we played them. So we got to be ready to go, but we'll have shoot around tomorrow. And we got some girls. We have a shout out. We have a 1st and 2nd grade girls camp tomorrow morning. So we got some girls coming in to help with that. And then we will have a shoot around after that for an hour or so. And then, 2:30 we get started with the JV stuff on the girls' side, and we'll be ready to roll at 5 o'clock.
But another busy week next week. I guess just kind of preview a little bit and trying to look ahead to what that is. The rescheduled Wapsie was supposed to be home, now going up there. Got Sumner Fred Thursday, got Columbus Friday, and then one more game after that before we head into postseason.
Yes. It's, we still got... we're halfway there maybe on, I know we want to...
I guess you got Wapsie Valley back again in there,
we got them twice. So we're kind of halfway through our schedule with our pod games, our so-called conference games, pod games. So we got 4 of those left out of these last 6 games or whatever. So it's a big stretch here. We got pairings coming out for postseason coming out next Wednesday. So there'll be a lot of eyes on that next Wednesday afternoons. Hopefully we can, take care of these next couple. We want to take care of all of them, obviously, but the next couple before the seedings come out and give us the best chance we can come postseason.
Well, Coach, we'll talk to you again tomorrow as Owine you tip off at 5 and
Yes,
good luck against the Huskies.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
That's head coach Jordan Conrad as the boys in action right now, up 55-25. The girls get the victory as well. And like we said, Owine back here on the Jayhawk Sports Network tomorrow. We'll have tip-off at 5 o'clock with that doubleheader. We'll return here at halftime on the Jayhawk Sports Network. That'll be happening up shortly. Again, join us again, second half. Boys up 55-25. All right, back on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Arlen Technology. Appreciate Zach Knutson watching tonight. Probably not quite our biggest fan, but he's top 26 probably somewhere in there.
You don't have to talk about his weight online like that, Nate.
He's a very sensitive man, I'm sure. 7:44 as Jack Miller tries to get things going here in this second half for Jesup. Landon Vogel picks up that rock, puts it back up, and he will be the first to score in the half. Taking to 4 total right now. 57-25. Lean in, push in for Hamilton Youngbird, and Shizzle comes back down floor.
So
a nice drop in for Treptow.
My off-site mathematician, Karma Schmidt.
Did you get some physics done?
She got us some information, and
Okay.
if this is not 100% accurate, don't accuse Karma Schmidt. I appreciate her doing a little research for us, but she found, per Varsity Bound, Jack had 1,520 points before tonight's game.
1,520?
Yep.
Okay.
And so
what would put him on pace? Did you get that math?
Yes. He would have to average 60 points per game the last 8 games to get 2,000. You know, that's if there was no postseason game. So if we, we're obviously going to have at least one postseason game. But if there was no postseason games, he would have to average 60 points.
So then I challenge Karma. If you're averaging 26.8 points and where he's sitting tonight, and we have how many games left. What do we figure he will end the regular season with? Let's do that math.
Well,
I could do it if I wasn't talking
probably,
at the same time.
She's probably regretting ever reaching out at this point.
Well, that happens.
Nice block by, I think Shizzle blocked that.
There's Treptow. He tries.
Jeez, I thought
he was up there. I thought he was going to maybe plop it in a little bit.
He's got a smile on his face. I think he was.
He was thinking about it. He's got 20 right now as he's chasing Jack's 22. But he's been averaging, Ebid's averaging 16 and a half so far this season.
And we are at a running clock now here for the remainder of this game as we see a foul. That foul, I believe, is going against Hamilton Youngbird.
Five minutes remain, third period. Appreciate Jordan Conrad making his way up here at halftime. And Shizzle tries that three.
Hey, it's Brennan on our YouTube fan proclaiming he is the biggest Jayhawks fan. Yippee.
Is that possible?
What anything's possible.
I guess,
mate.
yeah, you've got to, to stake a claim like that, you've got to be able to have, something to back it up.
Obviously going to need to see some data.
Because that's what we're into is data up here. It doesn't necessarily need to be accurate data. We're just looking for ballpark data is where we're at. 67-30 as Jesup is just kind of allowing some things to happen for East Marshall right now.
Okay, so with the 22 he has right now. Plus,
is this Karma? Has Karma got her? Has she got her slide rule out?
Plus 26-ish per 9 more games, he'd end around 1,781-ish. She says.
Okay, all right.
That's a very specific ish number, by the way. 1,781.
Well, I'll go back repeating what I just said. As long as it's in the ballpark, that's all we need.
Yep.
That's all we're looking at for that math and science end of things. We're not launching space rockets over here.
At the very least, it's a ton of points. Hey, big shout out to Cale Hungerford doing the sportsman-like thing by hanging back and helping Cale Shizzle off the ground. Big believer, things like that always need to be called out because really at the end of the day, those are the things that are going to matter long-term. Character, that's what you're going to take on into life.
Miller chasing that one down. Comes out of bounds. It will be East Marshall's in front of the Jesup bench. And we've only seen 2 substitutions come in for Coach Smines. Madden Sly, Paxton McCone have come in. And Sly will make his way towards the check-in as we get a whistle.
I don't know who I was visiting with about this. I think it might have been Anthony next to me here about
Anthony Baldwin.
About how kids always hold up their jersey when they're going to the scorer's table. Like it's not just right there on their chest and they couldn't just stand there and I don't know why that's funny.
Deep shot, no good for Hamilton Youngbird. Under 2 minutes, running clock.
Jack Miller deep three. Got it. So Jack is currently at 25 points a night, no fouls. As we said previously, that is efficient basketball, my friends.
Yeah, we had this conversation, and, I did a little interview with him after he got the record, a few weeks back, and, you talk about how many points he has, and I heard you and Jason talking the other night. There's some Caitlin Clark comparisons between, kind of some things that get said about Jack Miller and Clark when you're looking at, number of points they have. But when you look at the number of assists, Jack Miller's got, averages 3 assists per game.
Shizzle. Yeah, Shizzle with another 3 brings his total to 5 now. Yeah, you're right. And, I mean, this is 2 different levels. I'm not trying to compare Jack to Caitlin, so don't lose your mind out there, people. But, I mean, everybody sees Jack score a zillion points and think he's just a scoring machine, which he is. And, yeah, some people think he's a ball hog, I'm sure. And it's like, look at the stats. He's a distributing machine as well. And most of the offense that occurs on this court runs through him in some way, shape, or form. So he's doing a lot out there.
Moves that one away. He's also second in actually number 1 in rebounding, averaging 7 rebounds per game. 5.5 on defense as another attempt from Hamilton Youngberg underneath. He keeps after it, though. I'll give that guy a lot of effort, and that was just kind of a no-look run. Up and in, and he kind of put his hands out of, okay.
Tremendous job by Jack to even make that layup, but I got to give Shizzle a lot of props on that. That was a bullet pass through the lane.
Well, and that was where the
really
first place Jack went was to Cale to give him a high five for the relay. And 77-33 is where we're at.
We mentioned it earlier in the game tonight. I truly think this is the best ball movement the Jayhawks have had all season long. They've just really been unselfish, moved it quickly, got the defense off balance time and time again. It's resulted in, just a zillion 3-pointers and easy layups, and been fun to watch.
They've given the officials a workout, too, as quick as this game's gone up and down the floor.
Glad I'm not officiating. I mean, beyond the pace, I'm a terrible official. So.
You just need some training.
I need a lot of training. I've done a fair amount of officiating, not at this level, just some elementary, middle school games.
You're not talking about officiating weddings and stuff. You're talking about basketball.
I probably could.
I am surprised that's not something you're into, is that internet.
Haven't got my
ordained online.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
Anthony, I'm totally surprised, It'll happen. I foresee it happening.
Maybe I will.
Now I will. But I don't see you doing it for too long. 3 years maybe you'll put it in.
I might throw a wedding in here and there.
Maybe at halftime. 7 minutes as we roll through this fourth quarter. And I'll give East Marshall credit. They keep after it. They're rotating guys in and out, but they keep going.
They've never slowed down.
No. And I'll be interested to see at what point Smines. This is always the question, right? When Smines going to the bench? And here comes Jack Miller. Brings it up. And one arm slam in. Tried to lean into that one. Deep 3 attempt, no good. Vogel. Jack at 30 points. Treptow at 20. Shizzle at 17. Looking to make it 20 as well. Misses that one.
That one's a little off the mark.
And we're going to see mass substitutions.
All right. We're going to see Brennan Oshner, Peyton Cameron. Bear with me here. We've got Paxton McCone, Tyler Nolan. Who am I missing?
You got Oshner. You got Mastetler in there. He come in 35.
Parker Masteller.
Addition as a freshman came in to get some varsity time here a few games back. Moved up the JV team from the fresh soft team, and just getting a guy in there with some height.
Jackson Bidwell with
at
the
6'3" to see, because really don't have that big guy on this team.
No, we don't.
Or a tall guy down below.
Masteller is a kid that I think he could be he could contribute sooner than later if he wants to. He's going to have to put in the time both on the floor and in the weight room.
It's a zone defense right now as Peyton Cameron will pull it down. Will dish off to Paxton McCone. He protects that ball well, gets a double team. Nice scoop in from Masteller. Masteller. Did I say?
You're Stetler. You're putting a T in there somehow. I mean,
I've probably been doing that for years.
I mean, we could like call him Hostetler. That's an old football name.
No.
Jeff Hostetler. Wait, is that football or baseball? I don't know.
Good talk.
Good
talk. Yeah. Whistle down low. Clock continues to roll here in the running clock. 30-second timeout. That will stop the clock as East Marshall and their coach, Chris Hungerford, wants to reorganize. And that'll give Coach Smides a chance to regroup as well with Masteller, Oshner, Cameron, Tyler Nolan, as well as Paxton McCone on the floor right now. And I think, they only got 10 dressed on their roster tonight. These guys got plenty of time on the JV squad earlier today.
Cheerleaders tonight. We've got a Earls, we've got a Troyer, we've got a Martin, a Nolan,
You got a Borland down there too?
Borland, and there's one more in the middle. I can't see her.
I'm surprised you rolled the dice on that.
Well, obviously I'm failing here because there's one in there that I can't.
How about a Bovey? Got a Bovey in the middle? Did you miss that one?
Could be.
Yeah. Now, do you want to go first names? You want to go first names on that?
Dark hair, though.
She's got dark hair now.
Oh, does she? Oh, okay. Anyway, we don't give the cheerleaders enough shout-outs for sure. And they're always there doing work.
Oshner with a 3 attempt, and now Cameron tries to chase out of bounds. He moves quick. Oshner will do the inbound here. Again, 40-point margins where we're sitting at right now. Tyler Nolan up to Paxton, double team. Now Oshner. He's going to take a dribble, and now is going to see Cameron get that strip, but gets it back, gets a shot up. Mustangs head the other direction. Ball out of bounds. Remain for the Mustangs. Both teams back in action tomorrow night. We'll have it for you here on the J-Hawks Sports Network against the O-Line Huskies. Both teams had victories back on December 5th. This was a contest that was rescheduled due to winter weather here as we got back into this semester.
Winter. Speaking of weather, man, are we just going straight into spring even though it's still January?
Oh, it feels like October now.
Yeah.
A little November, October, going backwards in time.
Yeah, but 3 days worth of rain there in the middle of January. That's definitely not your typical January.
2:20 to go. Free throws up there as you give credit to Weaver for the 2 points.
Got to look up there. You're getting triple team. That means there's 3 guys without a guy on them. Or two guys, I should say.
Stretch for that catch on that pass. Ended up stepping out of bounds. Made some exchanges for the Mustangs. And a travel in there will send it the other way. Turnover for Zach Denham. Ball's a little loose. That's on the blue. And clock continue to move here with the margin that we're at. Good luck to the varsity wrestlers tomorrow as they have their nickel conference meet over at Dyke New Hartford. And talking to Coach Gross last night, Jesup, at least to his knowledge, has never won the conference tournament, individual conference tournament. And
this is the year.
Very fine chance to pull that off tomorrow. Hopefully they can come back with that trophy.
It's
At the regional duel on Tuesday, we invite everybody to come out for here in this gym for supporting high school wrestling and Jesup wrestling especially. Deep shot here, last 30 seconds. That one's going to go through the hoop. Count that for Bidwell. 81-43 is where we're at. Peyton Cameron. Try and get that rebound. Comes off of Jesup. Oshner has to touch it.
Oshner's had a couple of nice feeds into the lane the last couple times down the court. The pace continues to move so fast that I didn't really get a chance to call him out there.
And this will be it. Jesup wins 81-44. Jayhawks will go to 9-5 overall in the 23-24 campaign. East Marshall Mustangs will drop to 4-12. And I guess last comments, Luke, sure gave them a chance to really work on their passing game and how they move that ball and all on tomorrow.
I mean, that's the takeaway. I think the Jayhawks did a really nice job moving the ball around the court tonight. He had some guys step up, Shizzle with 5 3-pointers. It was nice to see some guys step out, and hopefully they can repeat that tomorrow night against Olwine. We'll see you back up here at that time.
Again, final score, Jesup getting the victory tonight over East Marshall. Again, final score is 81-44. Again, broadcast tomorrow. Again, we'll be on with the girls at 5, boys about 7 o'clock on the Jayhawks Sports Network. For Luke Baldwin, as well as our on-site producer Anthony Baugh, camera operator Eric Clark, I'm Nate Clayberg, here from the upper patio of the Jesup South Gym. Watch this game again on replay if you choose, or other ones we have on our YouTube page and our Facebook page as well. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network. Marlin Technology, music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, and good night.